I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us.
My name is Jules. That's what they call me out here anyway, but my real name is Maya.
And how old are you?
I am 29.
Tell me about your current situation, how you ended up in Kensington.
Well, about 10 years ago, I had lost somebody really close to me, and I started dabbling in my neighborhood, like where I'm from, which is like Bucks County, up in Warminster, Montgomery County, really. And I started dabbling heroin, and next thing I know, I was just stuck down here.
How was your first drug experience?
The first time I ever did heroin, it like just kind of just numbed me. It took me out of myself. I didn't feel anything, and the first time I did it, I was snorted it, and it, like I said, it just like numbed me. It like took everything away, all my emotions. Like I just didn't feel anything, and next thing I know, I just kind of like fell in love with it. It became my best friend.
And what is your drug of choice?
My drug of choice right now is fentanyl and crack cocaine.
How many bags of fentanyl do you use a day?
Probably about 6 or 7.
What about crack?
It's an all-day thing.
How do you go about supporting your habit?
Like every other girl down here, I sell my body.
What's the craziest thing a guy ever asked you to do?
The craziest thing I ever had someone asked me was to have a rape fetish.
What does fentanyl feel like?
Fentanyl, it's like, honestly, it's like a monster. It's something that controls you. It like, when you do it, you don't care about nothing. You don't care how you get it. It takes you outside yourself. You feel numb. You feel invincible. You just feel like you're just there. You're just like existing, really. And I don't know. Fentanyl for me, like I think it's more of a like it just takes my emotions away, really. So I don't care about anything.
How hard is it to quit?
It's really hard because it's easy to get clean, but at the time, it's hard. I mean, it's just something that I just, like, I want to let go of it, but then again, like, when I don't have it, I think about it all the time. And when I feel things that I don't want to feel, that's the first thing that I run to.
So how long can you go without using fentanyl?
Me personally, probably maybe 4 or 5 hours. But, you know, when I start to feel sick, it's like any means necessary. I have to get it.
How old were you when you first started using drugs?
I was about 12, 13.
How were you introduced to drugs?
A couple years ago, I had a friend and she was doing it, and long story short, I wanted to try it, and you know, she shot me up for the first time.
So what's a day look like for you out here?
A day that looks like for me? Well, depending on how long I've been up, pretty much I'll go out to the Ave and I'll catch a date, or I'll make a phone call, make a few dollars, you know, and I'll either buy crack or I'll buy Fetty. Usually I always buy crack first for some reason. I don't know why. And, you know, and pretty much I'm up and down the Ave all day long, all day long.
So do you have trouble getting through the week without using drugs?
Absolutely. There's days where, like, I don't want to get high. There's days that I am getting high and I'm crying because I don't want to get high. But it's just hard because all I know is to numb my feelings and to lay on my back.
When was the last time you had a regular job?
I actually just relapsed in February, and I had a regular job at a pizza store, top quality, a couple months ago.
When you was a little girl, what did you want to become when you grew up?
When I was a little girl, I wanted to become a vet. I love animals. Like, that's just, I don't know, like, animals, they'll never betray you. They're always loyal, you know, and it's like they'll never judge you. And so I'm a big animal lover.
Who was the most important person to you and why?
Who was the most important person to me? Even though I don't really talk about him too much, the most important to me is my dad. It's my real dad. I always get emotional talking about him. You know, he's a good man. He's a really good man. And, you know, I'm just like him, you know. I'm stubborn. I don't know how to talk about my feelings. So, and I hold a lot of things in. And I just, even though I don't talk to him as much, but I do want to let him know that I love him and I miss him dearly.
To everyone that's out there who's struggling with addiction, what message would you like to send to them?
Just don't give up, you know. Don't give up on yourself. Don't just say one day, hey, I'm going to die with a needle in my arm or, you know, in a pipe in my mouth, you know. There is a better world out there. You know, recovery is a beautiful thing. You know, I've been on the other side of that door. And, you know, there are a lot of people who have given up on themselves. And, you know, and the thing is, I see what other people don't see in themselves, you know. And it's crazy because I don't see that in me, but I see that in other people. I just want to tell everybody that's out here with me, just don't give up. And for a lot of us girls, we need to learn how to stick together more often.
So where do you see yourself a year from now?
Honestly, right now, I want to get help, and I'm trying. And the thing is, I've been on the other side before, but for some reason, it's just like I can't get there this time. And like I want it so bad, you know. I'm about to be 30 years old, and I want to do something different. I want to like enjoy my 30th. I want to enjoy this summer, and it's really hard. Like, I mean, it's not easy, especially when you're out here alone. People say, oh, you're not alone, but honestly, you really are alone.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see myself. I see a whole different person. I see a person who just doesn't care about anything but herself. I see a person who is willing to do whatever I have to do to get it, and it's sad because I wasn't raised like this. I didn't have this type of background, and this really isn't me. I really, like a lot of us girls don't belong out here, but it's just sometimes I feel really out of place.
What was your childhood like?
Honestly, I had a really good childhood. I mean, nothing like really crazy. I mean, the typical things. My parents fought a lot. My dad was a really big drunk. So was my mom. And then my mom started smoking crack. And, you know, a lot of domestics, a lot of violence. But other than that, I had an alright childhood.
Do you have any kids?
No.
If you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
One of my wishes would be to see my Uncle Tyrone one last time and to just tell him that I'm sorry and that I wish I didn't turn out to be like this. My second wish was is to listen to my dad. You know, my real father, he was very strict. And back then I really didn't understand it, but now I kind of do get it. And I wish I would have just listened to him and I didn't run away. And I wish I can just change. I just wish I can go back to being 16 and just make the right decision and not just come down here.
What's your message to the world?
My message to the world is that even though that people look down on us in Kensington, you really don't know our story. You don't know where we come from, you know, and there's people who look at us and it's like we're like the crumbs on the ground. Like we're pieces of shit. Like we shouldn't belong here. But at the end of the day, you know, we are human too. And like, yeah, we make mistakes, but you don't understand what we're going through. Just because all you see is us doing drugs, you don't know what we're going through at all. So my message to everybody is, don't judge a book by its cover. Get to know the person first.
I'm on my own, broken. and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything.